All right. Today, class, we are going to look at finding area and circumference of circles. And we are also going to look at doing it with two things. One is leaving your answer as exact or typing it in and doing the rounded answer. So on question 1 here, it says find the circumference of each circle. Well, to find the circumference of a circle, that is 2 pi r. Okay. It says to use my calculator's pi button, so that means that I'm going to type everything in to my calculator using that pi button. And we're going to round our answer to the nearest tenth, which is that 1 decimal place. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our picture. A radius goes from the center out to any point on your circle. So that means that my radius here is 7 feet. So my circumference is going to be 2 times pi times my radius of 7. Now, since it says to use my calculator's pi button, we are going to type this into our calculator and let it do all that multiplying for us. So we want to type in 2 times, if you'll look right above the little rooftop key here, there is a little pi button. So hit second, your rooftop, times 7, and we're going to round this to the nearest tenth. So I want to know whether I can round that number right there, that first little decimal place. So I go to the second one, and it is an 8. 8 is big enough for me to round up. So I'm going to round this up, and since it's a 9, it will also round this up. So my circumference would be 44 feet. In question 2, it says for me to find the area, and we're going to have an exact answer here. It doesn't tell me to use my pi button on the calculator. So when you have an exact answer, pi will be in your answer. Okay, so pi is going to be part of my answer. So now when I do the area is pi r squared. So I'm going to go to my picture. Remember that radius goes from the center of your circle to any point on your circle. So my area is pi. My radius is 9, and I'm going to square. Now when I get ready to put this into my calculator, all I got to do is do 9 squared. I will not put the pi in the calculator because it says it doesn't tell me to. So 9 squared is 81. So my area is going to be 81 pi centimeters squared. Okay. When I look at the bottom 2 questions, it says find the radius. So now my job is someone else has already done all the work. I want to undo some of their work is really what it's asking me to do. So here's the key thing. They said I had circumference. So I'm going to start with the circumference formula. Circumference is 2 pi r. They're telling me my circumference is 12 pi. So we're going to replace that C with 12 pi. And that's equaling to the formula of 2 pi r. Now I notice that there's a pi on each side. It's going to divide out, so just go ahead and mark it out. So that's going to leave me with 12 is equaling to 2r. Now, instead of me saying solve for x, we're now going to say solve for r. So we're going to divide by 2. So my r is 6, and if I go back up here, my units was feet. So this would be a 6 feet for that radius. On question 4, they gave the area. So area is equal to pi r squared. but I know the A. That's what my area, A stands for that area. So it is 49 pi is equal to pi r squared. In the same situation I had over here, there is a pi on each side. So I would actually divide that out and they will cross out. So I've got 49 equaling to that radius squared. Then I'm going to square root that. So my r is going to equal to the square root of 49, which is 7. Come back up here and look at your units. Your radius will always be your plane units. So it will be 7 centimeters squared. I'm sorry, 7 centimeters would be your r. Okay,